Hi, Kim Komando here. Prepare to be amazed. We're doing something special, something different, because I want you to actually try my Kim Komando show. That's the big weekend show. So here's hour two. It is actually a 4-hour production, but here's hour two of the show. I want you to try it out. Now, if you totally love it, and I know that you will, wherever you get your podcasts, I want you to search for the Kim Komando Show with a K, of course.
You're listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here's hour two.
You have to love these Amazon reviews. Okay. The Wolf of Wall Street. Okay. We all know that's a movie, right? Yes. Now, here what was on Amazon. A 1-star out of 5-star reviews. And in big caps it says, "Beware, not a nature documentary." Hey, so this guy writes, "I figured with the title was a documentary about the urbanization affecting wildlife, but no, it's about some scumbag that does a bunch of drugs and has a boat." Okay, The Wolf of Wall Street. Everybody knows that's a movie about Wall Street. Anyway, Martin Scorsese, he actually broke a record for using the F word 506 times in that movie. Wow, which is actually set the record for me. When I had to put an IKEA desk together years ago. What a nightmare. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You just tapped into the nation's largest show about all things digital. It's award-winning. It's the best show. It's awesome. You're going to be tech ahead and never left tech behind. Because after all, that's my job. I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. And of course, you can find their show on over 400 top stations across the United States. And you can find us in your favorite radio app. And you can also get the Kim Komando Show in your favorite podcast player. And a special shout out goes to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, serving more than 375,000 American servicemen and women in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force in 175 different countries. And the Commando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. And I know you can ask ChatGPT all your tech questions, but when you need trusted advice, that's why I'm here. And you can also make an appointment to speak with me right on commando.com. There's a link at the top that says Ask Kim. Alrighty, then every single day I visit at least 35 different sites. I read the white papers. I talk to the industry insiders to make sure I know exactly what is happening in the tech world so that I can impart all this intellect and wisdom onto you. And here are 5 things you need to know that's happening right now. And I don't know if you know this, but it's fascinating. But ChatGPT can now do somewhat of a background check on people. Well, let me tell you, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you about a guy from Norway. His name is Arv Holman. He decided one day, hey, let's see what ChatGPT knows about me. So what he found was terrifying. ChatGPT falsely claimed that he had been convicted of murdering his 2 children and trying to kill a third. ChatGPT said he was sentenced to prison for 21 years. They started mixing like real details in the story, like the actual number of his kids, the age of his kids, their genders, the name of the hometown. And it looked so believable. And right now, the guy has filed a formal complaint against OpenAI. So this is something that you might want to do, is hop into ChatGPT and say, what do you know about me? What do you think of me? What do people say about me? I did that. And I had glowing reviews, of course, except for somebody, I don't know, in 1999 or something like that said, oh, I signed up for her website. I'm like, yeah, like, where did that come from? Yes, ChatGPT, it knows everything. All right, moving on to number 2, let's go to Apple Intelligence. Have you noticed that it's not really as good as Apple has promised? Because Apple said, oh, Siri's going to be fabulous. She's going to be wonderful. She's going to change the world. She's going to read what's on your screen, rewrite your email, summarize long articles, schedule your meetings, get you an Uber, order a pizza, and so on. Well, what leaked out this last week was that the state of Apple Intelligence is so bad that the team leader, Robbie Walker, called the delays ugly. Yes, he called the baby ugly. He said he didn't know if any new features would be ready, if they would even make it into the next iOS. And internal reports say that Apple's AI fails 1/3 of the time. Isn't that something? And when you look on Apple's website about Siri, it says some features will become available in software updates in the coming months. Well, the coming months, what happens in the coming months? In June, we have the WWDC. I know it sounds like a wrestling thing, but it's the Worldwide Developers Conference. And that's when they're going to be rolling out iOS 19. And will Siri be a big part of it? We're all going to have to wait and see. All right, coming in at number 3, some new tech that I'm super excited about. The first one's called the Spell Ring. It can translate sign language. Now, this is really something. Researchers have developed a ring for your thumb, and as you sign, it sends out sound waves. And then a microphone picks it up, AI analyzes this, and the gestures become letters on the screen. It's already 82% to 92% accurate. It's called the Spell Ring. Next up, parents, Google Wallet now works for your kids. So you can give your kids access to money through the Google Wallet. You get email alerts on every purchase, and Controls and Family Link lets you monitor or shut it all down. The kids can also put their event tickets and library cards and school passes and other things in there. Apple folks, you already have something like this. It's called the Apple Cash Family. And finally, Starlink. Starlink has come up with a $10 a month internet package. Okay, for those of you who are unfamiliar, don't know who you might be, Starlink is Elon Musk's satellite-based internet provider. So you might be saying like, well, what do I get for $10 a month? Well, it's for existing customers. And you can get 10 gigs of data on Starlink's Roam tier, meaning that's the one you can take anywhere, even if you're like in an RV or a boat or whatever like that. So if you're looking for a backup internet, $10 a month. After that, it's $2 a gig. Moving on to number 4, Call of Duty. Okay, you may not play it, but I know you know somebody who does. And they have a big problem. People are cheating, and they also have a lot of bots. And so Call of Duty just issued a massive warning. They say you cannot sell or resell your account. If you do, you're going to get banned. Now, how much do these things sell for? $200, $600, maybe a little bit more or less. But that brings me to something that's even crazier. We've talked about this here on the show before. Sam Altman's World ID. Now, this is a project where you will scan your eye to prove that you are a real human. I want that to set in for just a second. Sam Altman is the guy behind OpenAI. And now he has a new company called World ID. Yes, I'm going to say it again, World ID, that the whole objective of this company is for them to scan your eyeballs to prove that you are a human. Wow, isn't that something? Well, World ID is teaming up with Razer, that's the gaming hardware company, to fight the bots in video games. So the whole idea is that you're going to be scanning your eye just to log in to prove that you're a human and that you're not a bot. Do we really want to scan our eyes to play a game? I don't think so. And finally, this coming in at number 5. Up in the sky, we see stars and satellites and planes. But what if you looked up and you saw this massive, giant, not a Chinese spy balloon, a massive, giant QR code? A Russian startup called Event Space has launched what they claim is the first space media satellite. It uses laser technology and swarms of tiny satellites to project massive logos and ads and messages visible from the ground. They say they're even developing an app that would let customers light their own star. Wow. Of course, astronomers are pushing back hard because there's already a lot of space junk out there. Which reminds me, did you hear about the restaurant that opened in space? Did you hear about that? Yes. The food's okay, but it has no atmosphere. Ba-dum-bump. Yes. All right, coming up, we have some things that the NSA says you need to do with your phone. Yeah, they're always listening. What's going on with AI and valuables, and how are we authenticating that using AI? I'll explain more about that. We have a great tip about how to record your screen on a PC or Mac. And there's yet another crypto scam that's spreading, and we just have the best callers ever. And you have me, Kim Komando.
Missing out on a show that everyone's talking about is not an option for me.
I'm constantly signing up for this streaming service or that one, and then months later, I realize I'm still paying for the service. You know when you sign up for something, forget about it until after the trial period ends, and then you're charged month after month? Getting Rocket Money was a game changer for me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. They have over 5 million users and have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. Rocketmoney.com/Kim. Check it out right now. Rocketmoney.com/Kim. My son Ian is my pride and joy and brings fresh ideas to everything we do. But here's the thing. My number one priority is not business. It's protecting my family's future. Life is unpredictable, and as we start a new year, I know one thing is for sure. I'm prepared, and my family is prepared for whatever comes my way because I have a term life insurance policy, and you should consider having one too. Fabric by Gerber Life makes it easy to get term life insurance in minutes. It's affordable, straightforward, and gives peace of mind knowing your family is financially protected, no matter what happens. Plus, Fabric has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, so you're working with a company you can trust. If you're a parent, you owe it to your family. Don't wait. Join thousands of parents who secured their family's futures. Apply now at meetfabric.com/Kim. That's meetfabric.com/Kim. meetfabric.com/Kim.
Policies issued by Western Southern Alliance Life Insurance Company. Not available in certain states. Prices are subject to underwriting and health questions.
Hey, if you haven't already, make sure that you enter to win that brand new iPhone 16 Pro. It's a $999 value. You are gonna love it. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. No purchase required, but you will get just a few issues of my free newsletter for you to check out, and you're gonna love it. I mean, my newsletter, I'm just telling you, I write it every single day. It's amazing. I look at it at the end and I go, however did I do that? However did I get so smart? No, it's just really is. It's pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Again, winfromkim.com, winfromkim.com. Let's see. How about we start with Bill in Andover, Minnesota. Welcome to the show today, Bill. What happened? You got scammed, it says?
I did, and it's an honor to speak with you, Kim. What happened was, and you had a call, a few weeks ago about a gold scam that was going on, and unfortunately, I happened to kind of be in the middle of one at the same time. But it started out just innocently enough. I got a text message from someone, looking for someone else.
Okay.
I was just trying to be polite, and I said, "I'm sorry, you got the wrong number." And then they continued to keep on the conversation, very friendly. And it was a female.
Okay.
And, after, probably 12, 15 texts back and forth, she goes, "Look, this is my work phone. Do you know how to use WhatsApp?" Mm-hmm. And I said, "Well, no, I've actually never heard of WhatsApp." And it's kind of like I tell my kids, it's your world. I'm just trying to live in it. And so she started the conversation on WhatsApp, and it progressed and it progressed and it progressed over, a couple week period.
Okay.
And then she started talking about gold futures, and then just asked me, look, set up this account. I get some inside information, and we might be able to share in some profits. But it was just a demo account. I'm familiar a little bit with trading and with futures.
Okay.
So I set up this account, and a couple times a week, she would let me know, okay, go in. There's going to be she called it a signal. And I'd go in and just, practice on the demo account, and pretty much 95% of the time it was right.
Okay.
And I even checked it out on regular, gold futures prices, and the prices all matched, and the move in the gold price matched. So I'm going, this might actually be kind of legitimate. To the point where she convinced me to wire her money, and I wired her money, and we then continued doing real trading.
How much did you wire her?
I started out with $10,000. I told her, I said, because she was looking for $40,000 or $50,000, and I said, well, I'm not gonna, I'm not quite that naive, even though obviously I was. But so went with $10,000, and we were trading gold futures together, and we're doing fairly well. I mean, the account had built up to over $70,000, and then of course she was always asking, you got to add more to your account, because then you look how much more you're going to make, and
right.
and I always refused, until to the point where there was no access to the account anymore, and there was no access to her. And I'm just wondering, is there any possible way of going, the money's the money, I guess, and it'd be nice to have it back, but to try and stop these people from doing that.
So you only lost $10,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, only $10,000, but the account had 70.
Oh, that was all bogus. It was bogus.
Okay.
I mean, that's all a simulation. It's a program that runs, and it's programmed to look that way. And it's not hard to simulate this type of thing. And once you put the $10,000 in, if you told her that day I want it back, you would not be able to get it back.
Oh, okay.
So the whole idea is that you're going to put in 10. They're showing you outrageous returns so that you get greedy, and then you give her another $50,000, $20,000, or whatever it may be, and it's probably not even her. This is organized crime. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
And they do slide into your texts under the guise of, "Hi, is this Bob?" or whatever it is. Did you see my cat? Are we having pizza tonight for dinner? Whatever it may be. And you said you're a nice guy. You wanted to be nice. So you're saying, no, you got the wrong number. No, see, and that was the mistake. You were nice. And then you started progressing to talk to her because, let's face it, and I don't mean to be mean with you, Bill, but you had extra time on your hands, right?
Yep.
Okay, because if you were busy, you wouldn't be like, I don't have time for this. You would have just deleted it, okay?
Yep.
Okay, so, can you get your money back? No. You can file a report with the Internet Crime Complaint Center. There's also the Commodities Future Trading Commission. You can file a complaint there. You can file a complaint with your state attorneys general. And I do encourage you to do this, because here's the reason why. There are so many people that are getting scammed right now. If our law enforcement, if our government can start putting these pieces together, then maybe, just maybe, we can at least put a dent in trying to stop this. But folks, I have to plead with you. You cannot respond to anybody who contacts you out of the blue. Just don't respond. Just don't do it. And if you need to have a hobby, go see your grandkids, go see your kids, go volunteer at the church, go to the public library. I don't care what you do, but you need to be busy so that this way you don't fall for this stuff. I'm sorry, Bill, that you lost the money, but I'm encouraged that you only lost $10,000. We have more to come here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, I know someone who bought a fake Rolex for $300, and he was showing it to me, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's just see what's going on. So I go to ChatGPT, turn on the camera, and I say, is this Rolex real or fake? Good. Well, Chat thought that the fake Rolex was actually real. And then I said, here, take off your real Rolex, and I want to see what Chat thinks about this. And Chat said that the real Rolex was fake. So, oh, man. So I don't know what to think about this story, because art experts and conservators are using AI to spot bogus fake art masterpieces. Back in 2016, an oil painting was found in a flea market in Minnesota, and it was bought for $50. And the owners say it's a lost Van Gogh. They say it could be worth $15 million. And so art historians are looking at it and saying, no way. And now they're bringing in the AI experts in order to figure out if this Van Gogh is in fact a real Van Gogh. I mean, maybe it was a Degas that made the Van Gogh. Oh, and a roll today. Peter in Chicago, Illinois. Hi there, Peter.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Thanks for your call today. What's going on?
Hi. Well, I'm a big fan of your show, and I'm glad to be talking to you. So I have an iPhone. I have an iPhone, and I have a school-issued iPad. I have like a ton of different like websites and accounts, and they're mostly using like the same password. Sometimes there's an exclamation mark at the end. Mm-hmm. So Apple Passwords has the function for like create strong password, but most of my accounts are the same on my iPad and my iPhone. I'm wondering, is there a way I can sync them between the two, even though they're in different Apple IDs?
No, not if they're under different Apple IDs. The built-in iCloud keychain does not work with two Apple IDs. So what you would have to do is to use a password manager, an outside password manager, and then you could put that app on both your iPhone and your iPad, and then you'd be able to sync your passwords that way.
Do you have any recommendations as far as that goes?
We have tested and we recommend NordPass. That's NordPass. It's $1.43 per month. It's cheap, okay? And you can put it on your phone and your iPad. And if you go to nordpass.com/Kim, that's where you get it. It's a 58% discount if you use that address. So, Peter, you mentioned school. How old are you?
17.
Awesome. And how did you start listening to the show?
I was just scrolling. I was just tuning through a radio, and I came across you, and I really enjoyed it. So I just kept on listening.
Wow. And so do you want to go into the tech field someday?
Maybe. It's something I'm considering. So, yeah.
Yeah. And if you are, let me tell you, artificial intelligence, that's the way, right?
Yes.
It is. And so, or robotics, I think would be really cool. Cybersecurity is pretty hot. Peter, I'm going to put you on hold, and I want you to give Amber's our lovely and talented screener today. And then I want her to give you your mailing address, because what I want to do is send you an official Kim Komando Show swag bag. What do you think? Yes. I would give you a value, but I don't know what it's valued at. Let's just say it's priceless. It's absolutely priceless, I think. Yes. Peter, thanks again for your call. Tom in Miami, Florida. Hi, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for your call today. What's going on?
Yes, I wanted to find out. I'm trying to promote a couple of books I wrote on a website, and I wanted a kind of a humorous illustration, and I've been looking for a good text-to-image AI program. I tried a couple, and they've come close, but they haven't quite nailed it. I'm wondering what you might recommend, and whether it's something I'd have to subscribe to, or whether there are free ones that might work.
Okay, so what's the goal of the website? To sell the book? Or
Yeah, to promote two books.
Okay. I don't mean to sound negative, because my glass is always half full, and as Barry, my husband, always says, my world is full of unicorns and ponies.
Right.
But it's going to be really hard to sell a book on a website. Because
no. The website is simply for the base, home base and landing page for people to be referred to.
Okay.
So they know what the books are about and that sort of thing, and promoting on social media, but also directing them to the website.
Okay. All right. Good. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, I don't know if I want you to waste your time with that, because you're better off starting a Facebook group or being part of a Facebook group and really building out your social media and doing shorts and reels and TikToks in order to get that out there. And nothing longer than 15 seconds, because nobody will listen or watch anything longer than 15 seconds.
Of course.
So what have you already tried?
TikTok. Well, let's see. It was POE, and it was open. what is it? Open Images, was it?
Okay, well, let's talk about what I have found is that when you want to do something with art, is that you have to think about what it is that you're trying to create, and then different AI models, LLMs, will be better at different things. Okay, so like Canva is fabulous for your social media images, short videos, book covers, brochures, things like that, right?
Okay.
I don't know if you've tried ImageFX by Google, but that thing has suddenly, over the last week, gotten so much better. And that's what's happening, folks,
Okay.
is that, you may have tried like Dolly and you didn't get anything, but that could have been 3 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe I should try it again. Meta.ai is a fabulous image generator, especially if you're Google's ImageFX. I think is superb when it comes at this point in time for photographs. If that's what you're looking for.
Oh,
okay.
alrighty.
Meta.ai is good at photographs too, but I think it excels more in watercolors and animations and cartoon type of things.
Okay. I was looking for my particular thing I was looking for was something done in a kind of a classic Renaissance painting style. Like the kind of things they usually paint religious images and that sort of thing.
Then I would probably use Mid-Journey for that.
Mid-Journey. Okay.
Yes. And that takes a while. It has a little bit of a learning curve, but once you can master it, and the good news is that there's a lot of YouTube videos out now that can walk you through how to do this. But there's Mid-Journey. Then there's the Doll E3 is there. ImageFX.
I tried that.
Yeah, I don't really like that one very much. I don't get a lot of good results. It seems like it's
close but no cigar.
No, yeah, but I'll tell you, like I mentioned just the other day, I used this from Google, the ImageFX. I was pleasantly surprised because the last time I tried it, let me tell you, it wasn't very good. It was kind of it was kind of poo-poo. So the thing about AI tools, as I mentioned, is that if you haven't used one for a while because you thought it just was horrible, you might want to try again because the learning curves and the way that these things are just moving so quickly, it really does change. Hey, Tom, thanks for your call today. Have you ever wanted to record what's showing on your screen? This is super handy. Maybe it's a video call, a couple of steps to get things done. Maybe it's something wrong on your social media page, on your business website, in a document. You just want to capture that so this way you can say, this is what's wrong, or this is what goes here. On Windows, they have something called an Xbox Game Bar. Okay, you're like, why would I use the Xbox Game Bar, Kim Komando? Okay, yes, it's designed for gamers, but you can record yourself in almost any Windows app. It's ideal for anything that you might want to record on Office or any other type of Windows product. Now, on a Mac, it's just 3 keys. Shift, Command, 5. You should press those 3 at the same time. Shift, Command, 5. You can record the whole screen, and then this handy-dandy toolbar pops down, and then from that, you can just select a portion of the screen or what have you. All right, still to come, we have more of your phone calls, as well as later a crypto scam I need to warn you about here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, just a reminder that you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast in your favorite podcast player. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. And yes, I go Komando. Deborah in Eugene, Oregon. Hi there, Deb.
Hi there. So I am so thrilled to be on the show. You are not only fun to listen to, but also perform a great service. And I just thank you for that. So I'm a faith community nurse. And our team got a small grant to put a nurse in a senior apartment complex a few hours a month and bring in some different kinds of services. Like tonight, we've got some medical students that are going to cook with them and such. And I am hearing stories, and I know they're getting the calls because I'm getting them, where they're clicking on things they shouldn't click on, like in texts, and they are getting these AI calls where people are posing as Medicare or Social Security.
You know what? It's horrible. It's horrible. Even phone calls pretending to be their grandchildren.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And we want to bring somebody in to talk to them about it, somebody that's very knowledgeable. And the FBI came some years back and did a class for our entire community for kids. But I don't think they're doing that anymore because they haven't been responding to my request. And I'm just wondering where we might find someone who could come in as a speaker to speak with these senior citizens.
Well, it's a great thing that you're doing, because I've been getting so many phone calls, so many emails from people that are just getting scammed. Primarily, you know why? Because they're lonely.
Yeah.
And
and trusting.
Yes, and somebody reaches out to them on Facebook to say, "Oh, you look like such a nice person," and then they strike up a conversation, and then all of a sudden they're sliding into their DMs with something else and saying, let's go into WhatsApp, and then there's the romance scams. I have a woman who I'm trying to get a hold of who thinks that she's going to be marrying Elon Musk.
Oh.
And she has given this fake Elon Musk $400,000.
Oh, no.
I mean, this is real. We're talking about big money. I have another guy who has lost, I think, $160,000, and he firmly believes that Reese Witherspoon's mother picked him out on Facebook because she thought that he would be a good husband for Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, my word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, and has given money to Reese Witherspoon for surgeries. Okay, I'm like,
oh.
And then, here's the crazy part, is that he sent me the deep fake videos. And it's Reese Witherspoon deep faked saying, "Yes, I love you, but I need the money. Yes, I love you, but I need the money." It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. And it just seems to be rampant and out of control. So what you're doing is really fabulous. Maybe the state or local police department has somebody in public affairs, like a public affairs officer who could come over. Community relations. The state attorney general's office may have somebody, because they typically have a consumer protection division.
Oh, I never thought about them.
So that might be something. AARP has fraud watch events. I don't know if there's one that's happening near you.
Their last, they have this bulletin that comes out periodically, and the last one actually was all about these scams.
Good.
And I did reach out to them, but I haven't heard back from them yet.
The public library may have somebody too.
Oh, I never thought about that either.
So that would be really great. Now, I haven't updated it in a while, but you might want to take a look at this. I have a campaign that is stop and think, don't click that link.
Oh.
And if I'll put the link in our newsletters to this, but you can Google it, stop and think, don't click that link. And that's the name of the website.
Okay.
But there are downloadable materials, like you could put in the...
Put around.
Yes, you can put it around. Mm-hmm. Just to remind people to stop and think. Just stop and think. Don't click the links. Just stop. But I think if we can get the word out there, and I'm really glad that you're doing this, and if we can get the word out there, and anybody who's listening, if you have a group of older adults, you need to be doing this. You need to be teaching them to stop giving these phony baloney people, the scammers, the hackers, the organized crime, their retirement money. It's not going to happen that you're going to marry Reese Witherspoon or Elon Musk if you're 70, 80, 90 years old, or even if you're 40 or 50 years old, okay? Reese is worth $300 million, okay? She doesn't need your money to pay for surgery. Oh my gosh. Speaking of scams, there's a crypto one that's spreading I need to warn you about here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, if you have a Coinbase account, watch out for a scam email urging you to migrate to Coinbase Wallet. It looks really official. It links to Coinbase's real site, but it gives you a fake recovery phrase that will actually open your own wallet and then give the hackers to the give the hackers the keys to the kingdom, and they're going to steal all your crypto. So don't fall for it. And just a reminder, you can win a brand new iPhone 16 Pro over at winfromkim.com.